Now, the original books of Buddhism here are in Sanskrit language, so in the beginning of the film, we will see Sanskrit voice-over. It is told about this legend that 2,500 years ago, a monster from hell started trying to open a door between earth and hell. Then Lord Buddha came in front of that monster and separated both his eyes, in which all his body was lost. The power was these two eyes, black eye and red eye. But both these eyes got free from the hands of Lord Buddha and started running away. Lord Buddha caught the black eye and put it in a box, and the red eye started running away. It killed 7 people for 7 nights. She kept running away, but on the 8th day, that eye came to know that her running away was also an illusion of Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha locked her in a box. One box was in the east, i.e. Korea, and the other was in the west, i.e. India. Now the story starts in the year 2005, and here we see an archaeologist, Professor Kim, in the desert of Rajasthan. Here he had found that red eye box. Along with that box, there was a warning written in Sanskrit. There was a plate, too. Professor Kim claims that this is the legend of Diamond Sutra. Now, the carbon dating of that box is done where it does not turn out to be a 2,500-year-old box, but the results were that it is a recently made box. Professor Kim is facing a case of fraud, and the media calls him a fraud. Professor Kim gets very angry due to this thing. Now the year is 2019. It is the day of full lunar eclipse where the color of the moon was reddish, hence blood moon too. It is said that according to the legend, the red eye can be activated only on the day of blood moon. The professor opens that box, and there was a small stone in it. On it, he puts the blood samples of 6 people, and at the same time, he rubs his palm. They cut it and pour their blood on it, but nothing happens here. Considering their lifelong theory wrong, they start committing suicide, but suddenly movement starts inside the box. The stone suddenly converts into the shape of an eye, and Professor Kim. Now in Korea, Buddhists were protecting the black eye for centuries. Here we also see old Mang Bante John, who now senses the awakening of the red eye. Well, they had a box of black eyes, but John's health was bad, so he was a guest for only a few days. Now here is day 1, and we see a man named Oliver at a construction site. He was an ex-monk, and he had been a disciple of Bante John in the monastery. Oliver's name was Bante Zeon-Hwa. Well, now in the monastery we see a teenage trainee named William, who was on a vow of silence for 2 years. Becoming John, now calling William, he is now that legend. The further story goes that Lord Buddha buried both the eyes in different places and sent 2 of his disciples to Korea. One was a virgin shaman, and the other was a monk named Heen. Their work was to kill the black eye. The purpose was to protect and stop the red eye. According to the legend, centuries later, on the day of the blood moon, the red eye will be free again and will follow 7 people for 7 nights. Finally, on the 8th night, the red eye will meet the black eye. Now the red eye has awakened, and we will find him. We have to stop him, and if we kill any of the 7, then the union of the red and black eye will not happen. That is, the doors of hell will not open. Now, John William will have to find Oliver and bring him to the monastery. Let's say ahead in the forest of another city, we see a hunter who hunts rabbits. Then we see someone's hand on his shoulder. Now in a second, we see a hotel named 4 Seasons near the forest. There we see a lady named Olivia in the room with her boys. The lady says that till last year she used to go to a meditation camp where she used to get money for free health checkup and attending this. Someone else to the camp. No, rather Professor Kemi was grazing. That is, he had taken out the blood sample of this lady. He had now put it on red eye. Now we see the hunter who had been possessed by red eye. That is, here we are. We can guess that that hand was not someone else's, but Professor Kim's, when that lady comes to his room, bleeding. And here we will continue to read about what happened to Professor Kim. Well, William Coe in Manus Carey. Becoming John in Dream. William gets a vision of a black money box and asks him to give it to Oliver. The next morning, William comes to know that Ponte John has passed away, and the black box was beside him. Now, on the third day, police officer James and team. We come to Four Seasons Hotel. There the lady's boyfriend was murdered. All the honor of the lady was there, and the hunter's body was also there, which had completely rotted in a single night, and there was a strong smell. William was here now, takes Oliver's address from the second page, and goes out to find him with that box. We see Sinwa, i.e. Oliver, alone in front of a candle. He was hearing the voices of many spirits. It was Mr. and her work had sent the souls to the afterlife, but for some reason, she had left that work and was troubling them to send them to the afterlife. On the fourth day, William comes to her town searching for Oliver, but finds his box at the railway station. The bag is stolen, and here we see a girl nearby whose importance we will know later. Well, now, Officer James finds Olivia's body in a restaurant, and she too was completely decomposed, like the same hunter. Officer James. Here he gets confused, and now he starts believing that these are serial killings. He asks the forensic team to check all the evidence properly. Now here we also see another officer named Leah, that the police officer used to be James's partner, but a year ago he had saved James's life in an accident, and there he fell into the water, due to which his leg was broken, and in that accident he also got an injury on his head. Since then, he was working only on basic jobs. Now, Liam wanted to remove the police chief here, as he was not a fan of working there. William meets Oliver and writes a letter to him saying that he became John and passed away. This is where that monster is too much. William was still on his mind here. Now this day we see a delivery cow near a tarang who is seen riding a scooter. At midnight there was a girl standing there whom he recognized. Both of them had gone to the same meditation camp, where Larry and Olivia had also gone. That girl had been possessed by Red Eye here, and she makes that delivery cow her new victim. Basically, all these people are a stepping stone for Red Eye. These were red. The eye was trying to reach the black eye by capturing the people. Now next, we see the delivery guy in front of Virgin Cheven's house, where a girl shows him a blood sample, and this is the older girl who stole the box from William. Now Oliver also gets a vision of becoming John. In the vision he says that I see that there are many souls behind you. You will have to send them forward, i.e. in the afterlife, and this is your karma here, dear John. The virgin shaman is called the 7 Stepping Stones and is also asked to kill him. Well, now BFAV arrives, and Oliver takes out an old book, inside which was an axe, a rosary, a letter, and a blood-stained shirt. There was the virgin shaman. She also had a dress. She was basically a disciple of Ponte John. Now Oliver and William go to that address during blank time. Oliver gives new boots, food, etc. for William. William came alone for the first time outside the monastery. That's why he becomes very happy after seeing the city. And in his happiness, he forgets his silent work and says thanks to Oliver. On the other hand, Officer James's team finds the dead body of that girl near the same turn. Her body was completely fine. Oliver does not find shame on that address, as she had shifted to another city, that is, to the same city where all these killings were taking place. Now, both of them leave for the same city. Now, we see a schoolgirl at Virgin Chauvin's house. of Let's See Ahead, where the girl again gives him a blood sample. This time we see another woman in her background, about whom we will know further. Now, Oliver is given a memory hunt at the railway station 20 years ago. He had an accident in a car in which his wife and son were killed. The lady who caused the accident had also committed suicide, and William was the son of the same lady who lived in the monastery further. Hence, Oliver met her here. He was not even talking properly because he had a crush on her in his mind. He marks all the murder sites in a math, and his guess was that the house of Virgin Shriman should be near these killings. She and William are now divided and go home. They start searching for the liver and come near the tunnel, and we're looking at the pulling side. Now Officer Jeans also sees it. He asks for his ID and asks him to check in the back office when Jeans angrily confronts him. Then Oliver starts running away. There is a fight between the two, and the map falls there. William had found Virgin Semyon's house, and then it starts raining. William goes inside and sits where the girl gives him tea. Here we also see that woman. Coming from the house of Virgil Shevan, William sees a schoolgirl, and she was possessed by Red Eye, and Red Eye tears her face and looks at William. William gets scared seeing this, and Meanville starts running away from there and tells Liam Jane at the police station that Oliver Mooney was once an exorcist in Spry, that is, one who expels evil spirits. The association had filed the case as it was still officially recognized because they had not given him the position of Mang. Hence, he was in the case of Sansdak fraud Mang. He had also been in jail and is now a construction worker, but he has been missing for 2 days. James then remembers the map that had fallen from his hands, which he takes and goes with Liam. Well, on the way, Liam made him the same virgin shaman. Hoa gives him an amulet, which he had made with his own blood. James does not believe in such things. Under the pressure of Batlian, he keeps it. Now, they also find the map there. They guess that there are missing people in this area. She is the next victim of a serial killer. They come to know that a high school girl has been missing for 2 days, and she had also gone missing last year, where she was later found in a meditation camp, and whose meditation camp was Professor Kim. The letter on Leon says that another dead body has been found on a nearby mountain, which is in the same condition as the other Tuckens in the same case. William comes to Oliver and gives him the address of Virgin Shevan. When he learns this, when he realizes that Oliver is going to kill him, he does not agree to this. He immediately runs away from there and goes to save Shaman. James is in the same area when he gets a call from Liam, who says that this morning someone on the hill, a man's body has been found, and it is the body of Professor Kim. Yes, and he was running a meditation camp since 2016. The surprising thing here is that all the people who died were attending this camp. There was age-missing schoolgirl, and local virgin shaman was also in the list. James takes Shriman's address from her and calls him there too. Late on, he again sees Oliver, who had Kulali in his hand. He starts following him. Oliver goes to Shaman's house, but when he comes to an end, he sees a woman imprisoned inside a room. Her face was covered, and as he goes to kill her, Official James attacks him. There is a big fight between them. She passed by the schoolgirl who was there. She picks James up, and the baby burns his hand as soon as he touches it. James had a talisman. The schoolgirl tells Oliver that she has run away from here, and the schoolgirl too is now away from there. Oliver runs after her with an axe. Then he hears the voice of the spirits following him. They are all leaving him now. They say that he will die. Now he cannot liberate him. Oliver is a little sad after hearing this. It seems like a hobby, but he keeps moving forward. Later on, the schoolgirl bumps into Liam while running, and as soon as she collides, She attacks him, bites him, and poses with him. Oliver then comes to hit him with a stick, but Liam picks him up, slams her, and tells her that you will not die here. Tells her to go to the monastery. William was also taking that girl to the monastery by train. Now he comes here. Day 7th. Oliver is about to die. Another weight of John arrives but he says that the monastery is now on the 7 stones, and after my death, you are the successor of the monastery. That is, on the day of the 8th night, the red eye will possess you and make you open the doors of hell. But you will have to fight him to stop him. The next day, William and the lady come near the monastery. As soon as they arrive, the weather turns bad. It starts getting dark. William makes the lady stay at a small house, and at 10 o'clock, they come to the monastery. He kills Max and starts laughing while sitting in front of Banate Jan's body. Officer Jeans finds the dead body of a schoolgirl, and Lim's photo was captured on CCTV. Oliver arrives at the monastery on the same road where William was staying. But strangely, there the lady was missing. William does not understand where she disappeared. Officer James again goes to the house of the Virgin Shaman, and friends now hear the real cards open in that house. There was a woman who says that she is the real Virgin Shaman, and she also went to the meditation camp, and there she saw Sasha for the first time, the girl who lived with William. Sasha is a ghost, yes, childhood. In 1850, she adopted many abudos kimis and gave her education. When everyone started calling her a cheater, she asked for Sasha's help. It was written in Red Eye's tablet that before waking her up, she would find a lady for her. Will have to be sacrificed, and in the future, she will become Lady Ghost and become the servant of Monster. She was the one who controlled the minds of all the people and brought them to the meditation camp. Mr. Agi says that a few days ago, Officer Lim came to her to get the amulet made. Then I took her blood, took it, and lied that it was for a talisman, but actually it was for a fight. I was the 7th stepping stone, but Sasha changed my position and gave 7 stepping stone to Lim. All 6 people turned to stone had tried to commit suicide, but were saved by Sasha. Shriman here cries and says that I have done all this just to save myself. She also asks Officer James to go to the monastery. In the monastery, Oliver prepares a wrap for Liam, covers the area around him with a thread, and sets a fire in the middle of it. Also writes the Om symbol with his blood on William's jacket. Now, on the 8th night, Liam is possessed and comes near Oliver. His trap chime thing is of no use. Liam says that the 8th stepping stone will be the one who is the heir. You have left the monastery, so you are not the heir. William is the real heir. Your life. Seth is nothing more than despair. And then Liam gives him a gun to commit suicide. Now Sasha comes in front of William, who removes his jacket, and he was now in a state when Oliver shoots Liam. And this angers him so much that he sends all the 6 spirits inside him to attack Oliver. We see 6 Blade Sagas who were attacking Oliver from all sides, and then we hear the sound of Om coming from John's body. She moves sweetly, raises those spirits all around, and also throws William out of the skate. William now starts running, and after going some distance, Officer Genesee comes there, and he finds Liam. Paz gets scared after seeing him in the gut. Leanne picks him up and beats him, and now he starts moving straight towards William. Then, again, Oliver shoots at him and goes to hit Chan Kerr with a baton as well. The officer, seeing all this, attacks Oliver. Also opens fire, and in the shootout of all this, Red Eye finally captures William. Liam's body also decomposes. Later on, William picks up Janus and throws him on a tree, and there he dies. Possessed William comes to Oliver, where he offers to possess himself. Possessed, William opens the box of Black Eye and both eyes unite. The door to hell opens in the sky above. We see Oliver in a "we see in the vision," where William was a child. Oliver is unable to strangle him. He gives up his pain. William writes the secret symbol from above, and the letter on this day pages William. Holding him, he starts chatting, due to which the symbol above William starts shining. Now, Oliver used to be an exorcist here at one time, so he forcefully took the Black Eye inside himself. Due to this, William becomes free from the possession, and later on, that chain. Kit hits Oliver on the head with an axe. Edge Red Eye was there. Now we see William in Rajasthan, India. He reburies Red Eye in his place. Sasha's ghost also meets him. It was made to be given away for free, and perhaps in the future, he will send it to the afterlives. And this is not a movie, but it ends. So friends, the story of the Eighth Night movie, the title, the meaning, is quite short here, of 8 nights. Here it means that you have only 8 nights to stop the monster. If you reverse the 8, then it will become infinity, meaning that the light of this monster will continue till eternity. And this is the karma of Buddhist Max and Seth. 2,500 years ago, a virgin shaman and a nameless monk were chosen for this work. Here William was a virgin, and Oliver named his monk Sonava. What can he do to become a nameless monk? In one scene, Pante John of Black Eye and Red Eye. Meaning is also explained. Whenever a person is worried, his eyes turn black. Meaning, Juice does not see anything else. It only sees its own problems. Whereas the person who is struggling with pain, he becomes a victim of anger, and he starts beating his pain with anger, which is the symbol of if that eye. Here, Black Eye is worry, and Red Eye is pain. When both worry and pain come together in a person's life, then life, she gets destroyed. And that is what is called Deem here, i.e., that monster. So, friends, if you liked the video, then please like it. If you are new to the channel, then please subscribe and also comment your opinion. Many people watch the video but do not subscribe, so please do subscribe this time. I will meet you all in the next video.